ActiveCampaign Welcome Series. In this video, we're going to cover what to include in an ActiveCampaign Welcome Series when somebody joins your mailing list. In my opinion, the biggest thing you want to do is deliver what you promised. Now, with that said, you don't have to make it super easy for that to happen. Personally, I don't want somebody to actually just put in a fake email address and expect that the thank you page is going to have what they want. Rather, I want to have them go through a few things to get what they asked for. Not impossible, not difficult, but if they're interested, they'll do it. And I want people to engage. I want them to click. I want them to reply. And then, in my opinion, you do not want to disturb them while they're going through a welcome series. And I'll show you how to do that. And then finally, decide if you want to keep or remove these people at the end of a welcome series. If somebody's going to be interested in your list and what you're offering and what you're doing, it's likely that they are going to engage early on. If they don't, the likelihood is they're not the right person for you. So let's dive right in. So by way of an example, here's a opt-in page that I have. Very simple. There's really only one thing you can do. Well, two. Click the button sign up or leave. And I'm making a simple promise. When you can get this guide that has automation, some code snippet, and checklist for doing this. So all I do is ask for an email address. Nothing too difficult to do. So submit that. They get put onto a list and get put into a number of automations in ActiveCampaign. So in this case, I've got 4 different automations they go to. 3 of them prior to even getting kind of my welcome series. So let's just show you how it starts. When somebody signs up for that list, first thing I do is I put them into an automation called sign up. And guess what? I immediately put them into another automation called confirm. And the reason I do that is I'm not using a double opt-in process. I'm not requiring them to click a link in an ActiveCampaign email. I don't really want to put them there, but I do want to make sure that they're interested. So what my confirmation process looks like is this. We send an email and we wait a day. And then we wait till 8 a.m. in my time zone. We could do their time zone, but I'll be honest, oftentimes the geolocation in here isn't perfect. So I just fix the time. I know at 8 a.m. it's early for me. It could be early for them. Send the same email again, and then I wait another day. I wait till 1 p.m. my time zone, send the email one more time. Wait for a day, wait till 7 p.m. I could send it again. Now note, it's the same email over and over. Why would I send that to them 3 times over the course of a few days? Well, I want them to confirm. So let me just show you what the contents of this email looks like. So this is the first email they get. Pretty simple, right? All I'm asking them to do is click here to confirm. Can't miss that. And the important thing that happens is, 1, we send them to a thank you page. So probably more important is that I'm tagging them as confirmed. They verified that they're interested in what they signed up for. So that's my method for doing that. And like I said, it sure looks like I'm sending it to them 3 times over a few days. Well, once they click that, guess what happens? They get pulled all the way down to the bottom. And notice this goal is profile membership confirmed. In other words, did they click on the link? If they did, we pull them all the way down to the bottom here. So in theory, they could get this first email, click on the link, and never see the other emails. But if they don't, I'm giving them a chance to actually confirm their interest. Now, if they've made it through all of these and they get down to the bottom, this is the point where I actually unsubscribe them. If I can't get somebody to click on a link in the very first email that I send, they're not really that interested. So they get unsubscribed from a list and they also exit the membership sign-up automation that they were in. So instead of continuing through here, they immediately exit, they're done. They're unsubscribed, they're no longer in my universe. But if they do click, what happens is this. So they came in here, they got put into this automation, and then they sit here at this goal, which is basically the same as the other goal. Once they have this tag, they continue on. But in this case, it's wait until the conditions are met. So they actually have to click the link. If they don't, remember, they're going to get pulled out. So this person here, we've sent at least 1 confirmation email, and they still haven't clicked. As soon as they click, they will move on. Now, here's the next thing. So I send out an email, what I promised. I wait a day and I send it again. So you're wondering, well, why would I send effectively the same thing and wait another day? Well, guess what? I've got a goal down here which says if they have any of these tags, and I'll explain in a minute how that works, then pull them out. So after this first email gets sent, there's some links in there. If they click on any of those links, they get tagged. Let's take a look at that. So at this point, they've clicked the link that says they're confirmed, they're interested. Now I'm ready to deliver it. But guess what? I make it a little bit challenging, teeny bit. I'm asking for them to tell me something about themselves. So in this case, it's about a membership site. They plan to do it by themselves, or they might want some other options, or they want me, my team, to do it. So I want to segment them a little bit by giving them an option to click on a link. Now, this link here goes to the same page. Each of these links are slightly different. We put something in the query string that makes them a little bit different. So here's what it looks like. If I click on this link, if they click on this link, it's got this DIY at the end. And then we apply a tag called Profile Membership DIY. And the other tags are very similar. I think this is DWI and DFY. And that way I apply a tag that's specific based on what their interest is. Now you're thinking, well, great, they could just click on all three and they get all three tags. Well, guess what? That's not the case. So let me show you that automation next. So just to go back, here we are, we came in here, if we confirmed, we keep continuing. And then if we want what we asked for, we click one of these links that are in here, or all three, but we only take into account the results from the first link. As soon as they're done, this automation is complete. Now, they come into this automation here, and they can come in here through multiple options right here. And once they've done that, we put them down to this if conditional check, and we say, do they have a do not disturb tag or not? Now, the first time they come through here, they should not have it. And then we put them down here, apply a tag, and then we wait for 5 minutes. Now, they very well could click on any of the other tags, and that's a little bit problematic. And at that point, I kind of have to make a judgment call. I know in this case, most people are clicking on this tag, second most are this, third most are this. So then, let's just say they clicked on this one within 5 minutes, they're gonna come in, they're gonna go down this other path, which is basically gonna exit them out of the automation. But if they come in here and we apply the do not disturb, wait for 5 minutes, then we check, do they have the DIY tag? If they do, we go clean up the other tags, we remove them. If they don't have it, then we check on the DWY, and then we do some cleanup here. And then if they don't have that, then we check for this. And if they do have that, we get rid of the other tags. We basically want them to have one tag. And at the very end of that, which is a total of 5 minutes, we're going to apply a do not disturb tag. And at that point, they exit. So we've actually got some information on these people. We know if they're a do-it-yourselfer, done with you, or a done for you type person. And then finally, the last automation, after all that is said and done that we want to put them into, is called just basically the active. They've gone through, they've confirmed, they've clicked the download button, and they've also told me some information about themselves. Then I put them into what I would call the welcome series. And at this point, first thing I want to do is apply a do not disturb tag. And I'll be honest, I think this is the most important part because you may be sending out emails to your list on a daily basis. In my opinion, you do not want to include people that are new. You want to give them a chance to consume your content, then put them into the daily rotation when they do not have this tag. So when we're in here in this automation, we apply it to start, and at the very end, we remove it. So now when you send out your daily broadcast, weekly broadcast, they're going to receive it, but not while they're in here. And then my other thing I typically do is I set the time zone to be consistent. I always want to send at a time and get them to expect that's going to happen. So in this case, I'm setting up for 7 a.m. in my time zone. I'm sending email 1, wait a day, send email 2, Granted, I'm just copying this, and notice it's in draft mode. But at this point, I've gotten people that have basically said, yes, I'm interested. Here's a little bit of information about me. And now I'm going to send my welcome series to them. So that's the ActiveCampaign welcome series.